What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. So last week we did the 8 things I hate about the FRS. So naturally this week we're going to do the 8 things I love about the FRS. So this top 8 things I love about the FRS is in no particular order, but before we get started, just remember, I'm a long-time pickup truck owner. I've had 4 Tundras and a Tacoma. This is the first car I've owned since my first car, which was back in 2002. So some of these things, if you're a long-time sports car owner, if you've had Civics and FRSs time and time again, some of these things you might be like, I don't agree with, but comment below and let me know. But this is coming from a truck owner perspective. All right, the first thing I have on the list here is engine response. And what I mean by that, it's not a Camaro, it's not a Z06, it's not a V8, okay? It's a 4-cylinder car, and the engine, when you put the pedal down, the engine goes. A lot of people, before I bought the car, I read a lot of things by a lot of people saying the car's slow. 4 months in, I still don't see it. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but, for me at least, I'm so low to the ground in the car, it feels like I'm going 50 miles an hour faster than I actually am. So the engine response, you put your foot on the pedal, it goes. Pep is the perfect word to describe this engine. It's a peppy little engine. I don't know if you heard this on other videos, I've said this before, that cartoon with the big bulldog walking and the little dog yapping around the big dog. The FRS is that little dog. It's always ready to do something. It's always energetic. It's always ready to go. So number 1, we're going with engine response and the pep. Number 2 is simple. It's fun. It's a fun car to drive. Of all the cars and the trucks I've driven along the way, this car is so much fun to drive. The minute I got behind the wheel of the car that Liberty Toyota let me borrow, I was instantly hooked. So number 2 is it's fun. So if you've never driven one, before you say a word about it, get behind the wheel, even for a couple miles. You'll agree. Number 3 thing I love most about the FRS, there are tons of parts available. It's not like some of those cars you buy where it's hard to find parts for. I always call the FRS the Jeep Wrangler of cars. Anywhere you look, there's parts. Just like with a Jeep. Anywhere you look, there's Jeep Wrangler parts. Tons of parts available, exterior, interior, engine performance, wheels, tires, all of it readily available, and that is just awesome. All right, so number 4 on the list is sport mode. That button brings this car to life. It holds the RPMs up. It's a momentum car, so it holds the RPMs up. It just makes it feel like a completely different car when you have it in sport mode versus the regular mode. So number 4, definitely sport mode, and again, probably my favorite part of this car. Now, although my car is an automatic and not a manual, I must say, number 5, a big thumbs up. Boom. Paddle shifters. The paddle shifters in this car, and I guess the slapstick as well, the manual mode. You don't have the clutch, I get that, but I've driven other cars that have paddle shifters, and you hit the paddle or you hit the stick into the plus mode, and it takes like another 2-3 seconds for the car to shift. This car shifts pretty instantly. I'm impressed with that, and it holds the gear until you shift. There's actually a little shift blinking light when you get up to red line, but it really does hold the gear until you shift it. So it's as close as you're gonna get for this price range to manual without it being manual. So number 5, paddle shifters. All right, number 6 on the list is gonna be interior. I love the fact that it's so simple and straight to the point. The car basically has everything you need. It doesn't have any extras, which I think is appealing to it because it's a fun little sports car. You don't need all that crazy stuff in it. You're not buying a Lexus here. You're buying something to drive. It's a driver's car. So some people will hate the fact that it has no tech in it. And the Toyota 86, the 2017 Toyota 86, put a few more things in it. And in my dislike video, I mentioned some of the things that I'm glad were added. But overall, the interior is fantastic, straight to the point, simple, exactly what you'd want in a sports car. Number 7 on the list is handling. This car handles like no car I've ever driven before. Never once swinging it into a corner did I feel like the back end was going to give out at all. It stays planted in the turns. It doesn't feel like it's even about to slip. Unbelievable how great the handling is. I mean, the center of gravity on the car is very low, and it's just an unreal driving experience when you're on a mountain road or a twisty road. So if you have the opportunity to drive one on a mountain road, do it. Number 7, handling. Last but not least, number 8 is it's a perfect Sunday driver car. For me, the FRS is the second car. The Tundra is my daily driver. So it's always a treat to drive when we're going somewhere. It's a nice day, whatever. It's a secondary car for me. A lot of fun to drive. It has a perfect amount of space if you're going away somewhere. Like the wife and I go to the mountains. It can fit anything you need. We're not taking kayaks. We're taking a couple overnight bags and some basics. It'll fit that no problem. It's a great ride, again, to go on to handling, because when I'm going up to the mountains, I'm on mountain roads, twisty mountain roads. So it is definitely a perfect Sunday driver car. So that's my top 8 list of the things I love about the FRS. Did I miss anything? Do you have other things in your top 5 to 10 that you'd like me to add to this list? You could comment below, or you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TundraDude34. Until next time, have a good day.